Hello. It's PSYCHOCORE, Balancing the Ego and the Self. Carl Jung's path to wholeness. The journey toward the self is not a straight road. It twists and turns through valleys of doubt and mountains of insight. At times, the ego resists this journey. It clings to familiar patterns and identities, fearing the unknown depths of the unconscious. But the self beckons us beyond comfort zones. It calls us to integrate forgotten parts of ourselves, to embrace both our light and our shadow. This process can be unsettling. As we dig deeper, we uncover repressed emotions, abandoned dreams, and paradoxes that don't fit neatly into our self-image. The self, unlike the ego, is not interested in appearances or social approval. It seeks wholeness, even if that wholeness is messy, contradictory, or uncomfortable. Myths and dreams often illustrate this inner path. In ancient stories, the hero must venture into the underworld or face a great beast, not to destroy it, but to understand and integrate it. The dragon is not just an enemy, but a guardian of inner treasure. This mirrors the psychological task of individuation, facing what we fear within ourselves in order to discover our deeper essence. Modern life rarely encourages such introspection. We are told to build a brand, not a self; to optimize performance, not deepen self-awareness. Yet without an anchor in the self, the ego is easily thrown into chaos by external change. It becomes fragile, defensive, and reactive. In contrast, the ego that is aligned with the self is resilient, open, and capable of genuine growth. This inner alignment brings a kind of peace, not the absence of struggle, but the presence of direction. We begin to live not just from the surface of our personality, but from the depths of our being. Decisions are no longer just strategic, they become meaningful. Relationships move beyond roles and expectations, they become soulful encounters. Still, the path is not without cost. Sometimes, becoming whole means letting go of who we thought we were. It can mean grieving identities we no longer fit into, or stepping into roles we never imagined for ourselves. Jung spoke of the sacrifice of the ego, a moment when we realize we are not the center of the universe, but part of a larger, mysterious whole. But this sacrifice is not loss, it is transformation. In surrendering the illusion of control, we gain access to deeper wisdom. The self is not an ideal to be reached but a reality to be lived. It grows within us as we make space for it, through honesty, silence, courage, and reflection. In dreams, the self may appear as a wise figure, a circle, or a mandala, symbols of unity and balance. These are not just metaphors but invitations. They remind us that the self is always present, quietly shaping our lives beneath the noise of daily thoughts. The integration of ego and self is not the work of a weekend retreat. It is the task of a lifetime. And yet, in every small act of authenticity, in every moment we listen to our deeper knowing, the self comes closer. We do not become perfect, we become real. Jung's vision offers hope in a fragmented world. Amid chaos, the self is a hidden center. Amid conflict, it is a unifying force. It teaches us that our pain, our confusion, and even our darkest moments can serve a greater unfolding. The self does not ask us to escape life but to enter it fully, with eyes wide open and hearts alert. To walk the path between ego and self is to live as a bridge between worlds, the known and the unknown, the seen and the unseen. It is to honor the uniqueness of our journey while recognizing the universal themes that bind us all. We are not just isolated egos bumping into each other, we are reflections of a deeper wholeness seeking expression through our lives. In the end, the self is not a destination but a direction. It is not something to be conquered, but something to be lived in partnership with. And the ego, when humbled and open, can become its faithful servant, no longer driven by fear or pride, but by the quiet joy of alignment. This is the great inner work, to live from the self, to make peace with the ego, and to become whole not in spite of our contradictions, but because of them.